Welcome to Cars in Korea. I introduce newly released Genesis, Hyundai, and Kia cars. And the car I have behind me today is 2023 Hyundai Palisade that's been facelifted. And for your information, her name is Dim Sung, and she will be sitting right here for a few minutes while I go through some of the exterior reviews, so just do keep that in mind. Well, if you're curious, she is a Jindo breed. Say hello, Dim Sung. She's not a big fan of cameras. All right, so I got my eyes on her. As you can see, it's all safe out here, so no worries. So let's quickly go through some of the exterior points of this Palisade that's been facelifted. For a detailed review of the exterior, I actually have covered and went over this car in terms of the exterior review already, so go check that video out right here. I just want to get started with this portion right here, where the DRL sits vertical and it just drops down completely straight like so. The DRL now sits vertically and straight up and down instead of the concave version that we saw on a previous model. And just so you know, the headlights right here, it has 3 headlights for the domestic model, because the North American market, it only has the 2 light bulbs. So that's probably has to do with the regulations and whatnot. These 2 top are the headlights, and that is the high beam. And definitely, I don't want to leave out this portion right here. This actually is a turn signal. So let me give you a super close-up look of it. So that is the grille, that is the headlight, excuse me, the turn signal. When you take a look at it from a step aside like so, you can't really tell that much, and it just sits together with the design, and it just truly is a clever way of doing so. Let me show you actually by turning it on, and I'll show you the interior momentarily. Turn on the emergency light, the blinkers here on the side repeater as well on a side mirror, and check this out. You see, it works flawlessly as a turn signal. And this car being a massive car, as we can see, the DRL also sits really huge, really visible. So just to give you an idea how big that is, one portion of the DRL, as we can see, so it's size of an arm. So this lights up, so does this, and this as well. This Palisade is truly a massive full-size SUV. Well, this car being the biggest SUV in Hyundai, and let's see how big the wheels and tires are. So 245/50 20-inch. It just makes it look like a typical ordinary, like good old 16 if not 17-inch wheels. So it probably is a square setup, meaning it's the same size all around, and it is. I like those turbine looking like wheels, and I think it really goes well with the Palisade overall. So if you take a look at the car from the 90-degree angle from the car on a profile, just look at this. Don't you like it? So this model being a facelift, there is not much of a big difference when it comes to the rear, unlike the front. I mean, the front, you can definitely look at the front grille and then also the DRL, and you can tell that that's been the facelifted version. But when you are looking at the car from the back behind, I think you might have some difficulty telling if it's a facelift model. But I noticed one thing right away, which is this camera right here. And this camera is actually the camera for the digital mirror inside right there, and which is really clear and vivid. Actually, I've been test driving this for a few days now. There were rainy days. I'm inserting video right now, so you be the judge, but I absolutely loved it. It looks super clear during the daytime, of course, and it's also great during the nighttime as well. And let's go check what's underneath the hood and the bonnet. The motor that is running this massive car. Gas absorbers, yep, of course. We can see the struts right away, vertically mounted, no surprise there. Pull out to open the air filter. This seems like super easy to replace your air filters. GDI engine right here. So this is what's powering this Palisade calligraphy model, and I'm inserting the specs on the video right now. So it sits relatively low, the suspension strut, right? So that's where the wheels and tires are sitting, coming up straight. So the engine is wheeled towards the front just a little bit, but it's not as bad. It's a huge radiator right there to cool down the car and such. So, well, no rocket science right here. So that is what's underneath the hood. And now let's hop in the second row. Just look at this. It's a massive car. So you can easily adjust your armrest like that by lifting it up. And you hear the clicks. And that's where the armrest settles. Inside the second row seat of the Palisade, but this is just massive. The distance that I have from here to the driver's seat is just ridiculous. It's super far out. I cannot even touch the seat sitting, having my back against my seat. So there are ACs for each and individual seats on the second row seat. LED lights, and you can also control this shade using that button right there. So right here, press open, and I absolutely love this. Just look how spacious the sunroof is on the second row. I have the sky to myself as well. Don't forget about this massive second row window as well. So it comes with the sunshade, manually operated. And go onto the third row and show you what that feels like. I think it's going to feel like pretty much the same. In order to hop in the third row seat right here on the Palisade, you could do that or just push the button. So it will slide forward like so. The same job is going to be done pressing this button, and that's mostly when you are actually letting yourself out from the third row. So use that button. And this I pointed out on my interior review video as well, but idea is just brilliant. So have the clip like so when there is no one sitting or the second row seat is not in use. Easily let yourself in. And now I'm inside the third row of the Palisade. There is the C port cable for the third row. This is the third row I'm showing you. But look at this. It has heated seats, even on the third row. And use this button to adjust the back inclination like so. Let me push it all the way, and also let me lock the second row seat as well. Wow, it's quite comfortable. Just look at the size of this one as well. It feels like I have an entire window to myself. It almost just feels like I'm sitting in the second row seat as well, just by looking at this portion. And nice speakers. And look at this. During the hot summer time, which is right now here in Korea, it's boiling hot. There is an AC on the third row seat as well. Gotta be honest, it doesn't look as gigantic as it did on the second row seat, but still, I have that to myself as well. The third row seat, this is not bad at all. I can definitely go for a long distance drive on the third row seat. And for your information, I'm 176 centimeters tall, but it still feels really comfy on the third row seat as well. And this right here, the seat belt, 3-point is applied for the passenger sitting in the middle as well. So enhanced and added safety. And this fine detail that I absolutely love and like is that you can actually keep the seat belt neatly like that, flush like that. How brilliant is that? So use this button to let yourself out from the third row, and I can easily push it back. So sometimes you see how heavy that these seats can be, but that is not the case with the Palisade. And definitely that concave DRL versus straight line.